You're in the middle of nowhere special. Parking lot, a supermarket aisle, stuck in traffic going absolutely nowhere. And then a song comes on. And before you even recognize what song it is, you're gone. You're not in that car anymore. You're 16. You can feel the summer heat. You can see the exact face of someone you haven't thought about in years. You can smell the air from a night that happened a decade ago. One song, less than 1 second, and your brain just traveled through time. How is that even possible? Here's the thing that makes this so strange. You forget things constantly. You forgot what you had for lunch 3 days ago. You forgot the name of someone you met last month. You've forgotten entire years of your life without even noticing. But that song dragged up a memory so specific, so vivid, so emotionally complete, that it almost hurt. No photograph does that. No smell does that consistently. Nothing hits the way music hits. And the reason comes down to how your brain decides what's worth keeping. Most memories get filtered. They pass through a region called the hippocampus, basically your brain's editor. It compresses the details, cuts what it thinks is unnecessary, and files the rest away. That's why most memories fade. The editor did its job. But music doesn't go through the editor the same way. When a song reaches your brain, it fires up your auditory cortex, expected, but it simultaneously activates your amygdala. And the amygdala is your brain's emotional engine. Fear, love, joy, grief, that's all amygdala. And here's the critical part. The amygdala doesn't edit. It doesn't compress. It records things raw with full emotional detail preserved. So when a memory forms while music is playing, your brain doesn't store them separately. It fuses them together into a single file. The song and the feeling become one thing. Years later, the song plays, the file opens, and your brain doesn't just remember the moment, it re-experiences it. The emotion comes back intact. That's not nostalgia. That's your amygdala replaying an unedited recording. But it gets even deeper. Scientists discovered something called the reminiscence bump. Between roughly ages 12 and 25, your brain is developing faster and more intensely than it ever will again. Everything feels amplified. First loves, first losses, first moments of feeling truly alive. And during all of it, music is playing. Your brain, absolutely flooded with dopamine during these years, stamps those songs into long-term memory with a force it never quite reaches again. That's why music from your teenage years feels more real than almost any other memory you have. It was encoded during the most emotionally charged period of your entire life. And here's the detail that genuinely stops people cold. Researchers studying severe Alzheimer's patients, people who no longer recognize their own children, who have lost language, who have lost almost everything, found that those same patients can still respond to music from their youth. They light up. They remember words. They come back briefly to themselves. Everything the disease took, the music survived. That tells you something profound about how deep those pathways run. So here's what I want you to sit with. Every song you're listening to right now, today, this week, your brain is quietly archiving it, building a time capsule you don't even know you're creating. In 15 years, one of those songs is going to come on somewhere completely random. And you're going to be right back here. This exact moment. This exact version of yourself. Music isn't just something you listen to. It's a record of who you were when it mattered most. And maybe that's why some songs feel almost too heavy to hear. Because your brain isn't remembering. It's returning. If this video made you think of a specific song, go listen to it. Right now. You'll know why it hits the way it does. And if you want more videos that pull back the curtain on the strange, beautiful things your brain does every single day, subscribe. Because we're just getting started.